Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Travis and Damian Podcast. We are available on anchor.fm/Travis Damian Podcast, along with Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and many more. Today, we're going to dive into the general news, which includes the Sonic movie trailer, the Pokemon Sword and Shield sales, and Google Stadia reviews, along with our impressions of Disney+. Then we're going to get into our recent activities, and then the Game Awards nominees / our predictions. So first piece of news is that Kevin Feige confirms that you will have to follow the Disney Plus shows to understand the MCU fully. So this is like a mixed bag sort of thing that I've seen people react to, because there are a lot of Disney Plus shows that they are planning to release, and the fact that you have to follow them to get a fully understanding of what's going on within the MCU is going to be a little tricky, especially to those people that just go to the movies. Because like when the next Doctor Strange movie comes out, I believe WandaVision has a really high influence on that movie. So we're just going to have to wait and see exactly how this pans out and how people receive it.
Yeah, my opinion on it was, I was the same like you, was like, oh, that's just a lot of MCU. And I feel like a lot more people would burn out. And I still, think that way. But after seeing, The Mandalorian, which I'll talk about later, and if like those shows like the same quality as this, then I'll probably be okay with it, honestly. Now that I've seen like what the budget for these shows probably are, like if they can make it like that, then I think I'm okay with it, as long as like it's good and like kind of short. Like if these like shows are maybe like 8 episodes max and that's it, and then that leads into the movie, then I think I'll be fine. And as long as there's not like 4 series at once, like if I don't know if they're gonna do that, I'm actually not too sure. But if maybe it's like one movie and then one show and then the movie comes out, then I'll be okay with that. But if it's like 3 shows at once and then like the movies are gonna, that might be a little too much. So hopefully they like space it out good, like so no one is overwhelmed by the amount of MCU stuff, since people were very overwhelmed by the amount of movies. So now they're adding shows that you have to watch to make the movies make sense. So that's just going to be a lot for people. So yeah, hopefully they could like work out like the scheduling so it doesn't overload people, but hopefully the quality is good too. But the concerns are there, but I think it could be good though, now that I've seen like what a Disney Plus original series like with the budget and how it probably is going to be like. So yeah, I think I have more confidence on the shows and like things like that.
Yeah. And especially since they don't release all of the episodes at once, they actually do it weekly. I think that'll actually give people a chance to actually, follow the show at a decent pace. So, like, when the show comes out, you don't have to binge watch it. You actually just have to watch it like a normal show, which, that is definitely the plus side of Disney Plus that we're seeing. But, yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see, because this stuff doesn't come out till, like, literally next year. So, hopefully, I'm pretty sure it is going to be good, because this is, like the MCU, this is like their bread and butter. They're making sure that they don't mess this up. Obviously, there have been a few duds here and there, but I feel like with these shows, they have to make sure that they are good, because if they are bad, people are not going to watch them, and then they're just going to, read synopsises and this and that. So, but yeah, hopefully they don't heavily the MCU movies too much, but, they're going to do what they want, and the casual audience will obviously suffer for it, but hopefully they'll catch up on movie watchers that don't decide to watch the shows.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's gonna some people just watch Endgame without watching like any of the movies. So I don't know if it's actually even gonna affect movie sales, but I guess we'll see with like the next big thing they're doing. So yeah, that's all very exciting. And what's more exciting is there was a new Sonic movie trailer, and it showed off the new design, which was by Tyson Hesse. I think I'm saying
Tyson
that right.
Hesse.
Hess, okay. Yeah, he left for the new design, and I think it looks really good. He actually looks like Sonic. He doesn't look like Roadkill, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just, I think he actually does look like Sonic. He looks like a cartoon character and stuff like that. Like, he doesn't feel so, like
realistic.
Weird. Yeah, it doesn't feel so, like, weirdly realistic and things like that. Like, it feels like he's Sonic now, just, in like the movie and stuff like that. In terms of the actual trailer, I thought it was a lot better than the first trailer too. I thought the tone was a lot better for what I thought a Sonic movie would be. Like, now it feels like a really cheesy, like early 2000s movie where like, the CG animal comes out and like they do shenanigans and crap like that. It feels a lot more, it's still probably going to suck, but it's probably, it's going to be entertaining, I hope. Now, like, I feel like the tone of the trailer was just a lot better than the first one.
Yeah, definitely. The Sonic redesign was leaked a while ago.
Yeah.
Like multiple pictures and stuff like that were coming out. So thank God that this is real, and they actually did do a pretty good redesign. And Tyson Hesse, he has been a recent addition to the Sonic community recently. He lent his hand within the Sonic Mania Adventures animations, and he's done really good artwork with everything when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog related. So the fact that they brought him on to do the redesign was very, very cool. And he actually did do his own Sonic movie design when the original trailer came out, so that's probably what drew like Paramount to like bring them in and be like, yo, can you like help us, you know? So but yeah, it's just really weird that like people think that this was like a publicity stunt, that like they did this so like the movie could get like more eyes on it. But like, I don't know if people realize, but it takes a lot of money and a lot of time and effort to like design a CGI character like that. And you know, for them to do that as like a publicity stunt is sort of like hard to believe. That could be true. I'm not sure. I personally don't believe it, just because that just sounds like a lot of wasted money. But the new design really does look much, much better. It, you know, like honestly, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. Obviously, you know, just like make it look like the games, but they want it to have its own identity, which is fine, and it looks good, honestly. So I cannot wait to actually watch this movie. It's probably going to be like really corny and cheesy, but you know what? This is a kid's movie. I can't really expect much outside of that, you know?
Yeah, plus it's Sonic, you know, like you're not going to expect some groundbreaking thing from like a Sonic movie. So I'm just hoping it's enjoyable at least. So
as long as it's entertaining, we'll be satisfied.
Yeah.
Okay, so next piece of news was something that I did not realize that was announced. So Don't announced a brand new game during like the Xbox live stream show sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it is called Tell Me Why. It is going to really focus on like a LGBT sort of like story, which is very, very cool. And it is going to be published by Xbox Game Studios, so it is not going to be available on PlayStation platforms, but it will be available on Xbox and PC, obviously. And they plan on having all of the episodes / chapters out by summer 2020. And just from the trailer that they showed off, the game looks really interesting, and it's supposed to be like 3 episodes or something like that. So and if they release them all within a closer time frame than Life is Strange 2, I think that would be very, very good. But yeah, I'm just interested by this game because it's sort of like a retrospective sort of game where this guy goes back into his childhood or something like that. That's just from my understanding.
Yeah, I guess they like go back and like deal with their trauma in their childhood, or like they talk about it, and then you get to make the decisions on what they like remember to be true and stuff like that. At least that's what I got from reading it. So yeah, I mean, I'm just glad. I thought when it said all episodes, I thought it was all coming out at the same time. Is that not true, or is it just supposed to be like coming out at summer 2020? Like, I don't.
I think it's supposed to come out around the same time. I don't think they're going to drop them all at once. I don't think that's what they plan on doing. But if they do drop it all at once, I think that would be very good. You know, just so they could try out, you know, just dropping it all at once to see how people receive it. Because, you know, Life is Strange 2, they really have huge gaps between the episodes. So now if they just want to do it all at once or within, you know, like a couple weeks, you know, that would be very good as well.
Yeah. So yeah, again, if they either, you know, release the episodes really close together, that would be great. And obviously if they drop them all at once, that would be even better. Because I feel like that's what's really... I played Life is Strange 1 when it was basically all out, so I didn't really have to wait. So, you know, that could skewer my perspective a bit. I don't know, you did too. And I don't know how long the waits were for Life is Strange 1, but the waits for Life is Strange 2 are very long. And I feel it does kind of kill my motivation to really know what's even happening. Plus, I just don't think Life is Strange 2 is as strong as Life is Strange 1. But I think this game looks like it has potential. It looks like they updated the engine too. Like, it looks a lot better graphically and stuff like that. Because the lip syncing in Life is Strange 1 and 2 have always been kind of bad. Like, if you ever like play those games, it looks really weird. So it's really nice to see them. They got like maybe a new like engine to make the games look better. And yeah, the story seems pretty interesting too. I want to see how they deal with those. Maybe like those like I think one of the characters is transgender. I think from female to male.
The guy.
Yeah, and yeah. So that's gonna be interesting to see how they do that with the story. And the guy said, the writer said, like, we don't want to do like any like tropes or whatever for like trans things. Like they want to like just make it feel like a real character. So that's really cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Even though Life is Strange 2 kind of disappointed me a bit, I feel like this game might be a bit better just because it just seems like they have it more together with this game. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's good, but we'll have to wait and see for that.
Yeah, along with Xbox Game Studios publishing it, I'm pretty sure that helps with the funding of the project. So
yeah, very
excited to see exactly what Tell Me Why is going to entail.
All right, so Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, and don't worry, I'll say my own critique in a second. But there's been an increase in Switch sales by 30% in the UK, which is not surprising. Usually Pokemon's are system sellers anyway. Like I knew a lot of people that didn't even get a Switch, or I've seen online. Like a lot of people didn't even get a Switch until this game came out. And it sold over 1.3 million retail copies in the first 3 days in Japan. So, and it's like the fastest selling Switch game in Japan as well. I knew this game was going to sell like crazy because it's Pokemon on the Switch, which is a very popular system right now. But I didn't expect it to like blow off this hard because, that the game is like $60 as opposed to all the other past Pokemon games that have been $40. So because I know Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, even though they're spin-offs, they didn't sell quite as well. So I thought I was going to be kind of like, oh, I don't think Sword and Shield is going to sell as well as like a 3DS Pokemon game just because it's like $60 now. But apparently that didn't really mean anything. It's just selling like crazy. So again, I haven't even played the game yet. I don't even have it yet. Just for a lot of reasons. I'm still sort of disappointed in like the game's direction. And now that it's selling so well, I don't think Game Freak is really going to push for the series that hard anymore. Which is pretty disappointing because I feel like the past Pokemon games kept pushing for more. Like Gen 2 added Kanto as another region you could go to. Gen 3, was on Game Boy Advance. Gen 4, was on DS. Each generational leap, like the graphics get a lot better. Gen 5 really pushed the sprite base where like the sprites were moving all the time, and there's just a bunch of content in Black and White 2, and that was great. But once they started going to 3D, like they really felt like they just started getting lazier. Like I really don't like X and Y. I do like Sun and Moon a lot, but yeah, I feel like X and Y really was like, we make all the Pokemon 3D and then that's it. We don't have to try anymore. But and it seems like they're doing the same thing with this. I was really hoping for a big leap in like gameplay or graphics or whatever, and because we didn't get that, like I'm not gonna harp on the game like that because I'm gonna judge the game on how it is now. But even how it is now, it's like there's like, again, half of the Pokemon are gone. The post game, I've been hearing there's like no post game. Like there's nothing to do really after the game besides like raid battles and like competitive battles. And it's for like $20 more. It's a full retail price game, and you have like way less content than like a 3DS game. So I don't know. It still feels really weird to me, and like it's like the least excited I've been for a Pokemon game since I've been alive, since I've been playing Pokemon since forever. So like I just feel like no motivation to get the game. Like I'm still gonna get it just so I could talk about it. But yeah, it's just kind of disappointed to see that Game Freak just doesn't really have to try. They could just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and people will probably just play it and be fine. Which is, if you enjoy the game, like, that's fine. Like, like, I'm not saying you can't enjoy the game. Like, I'm sure the game is fun because it's still Pokemon. Like, the main gameplay loop of Pokemon is just fun. They have a winning formula here. That's why it's been a thing for like 20 years. But just seeing it probably not going to have any substantial growth anytime soon is pretty disappointing just because of how much it's selling. But I guess we could wait and see until Gen 9 or like, Ultra Sword and Ultra Shield or whatever. The only thing I'm hoping for now is that at least make the whole game a Wild Zone at this point. Like, I don't even care about the Pokemon being gone. I don't even care about like lazy animations. At least like I'm so tired of linear routes at this point. Like, at least make the whole game open world at this point. Like, I don't even care. You can keep the game looking like kind of trash. Like, I don't care. Like, I know what we're dealing with here with Game Freak, and it's just baby steps with them. But yeah, whatever. That's my rant on Pokemon. I won't say much other than that.
I mean, I feel you, honestly, because like Game Freak, like after I played X and Y, I honestly haven't had any motivation to like play the other Pokemon games. Like I think I bought Moon recently at CEO or something like that. But I haven't even like touched it because I'm like, it's an RPG. It's gonna take a little while, but even then, like I'm not motivated to like play Pokemon, and I haven't been in a while. Like I was really excited for X and Y, and then like it kind of was just like whatever. And yeah, I see what you're saying. Like Game Freak definitely are being very lazy in terms of like how they're like making the games now. They're sort of just like pumping them out, you know, every couple of years or whatever, and like now that we are on a home console, it kind of still looks like a 3DS game, and they're still using like the same animations and this and that. You know, like Pokemon fans are definitely nuts that like they were able to like pinpoint like they reused this animation from this Pokemon game and like, you know, like this and that. And I'm just like, wow. You know, like the controversy behind Pokemon Sword and Shield leading up to the release, I was honestly expecting it to not sell as well. But obviously, this is Pokemon we're talking about. It is the fastest selling game in Japan. Retail copies. This is retail copies, by the way. So I can't imagine how many sales it did digitally. Yeah. Now, for it increasing sales in the UK for the Switch itself, that's obviously to be expected. But yeah, you know, like people who want to play Pokemon on the Switch, they're going to play Pokemon on the Switch. And it just sucks that, you know, like they aren't pushing themselves as hard as they could be. And they aren't, you know, like trying to do these certain things that, you know, would make the game really, really good. They're kind of just like, all right, if we do it like this, we're probably still going to make a lot of money, which they did. So it is what it is. But, you know, to those people that said that they were going to boycott it and then they bought it on day one, you're part of the problem. I haven't bought a Pokemon game at launch since X and Y. So there we go. So now we're going to talk about the what the hell did I just say? The Google Stadia reviews. Nice. So the Google Stadia is out. And so those people that wanted to try it or whatever, there were 2 reviews that I pinpointed that did a pretty good job at in terms of like analyzing and like, you know, giving the service a fair shot, which was Kotaku and The Verge. Now, I don't normally use these sites at all, but these were the only 2 sites that I found decent reviews on them. So my take on the Google Stadia based on these reviews is that it works, but it isn't like fully polished yet. It feels like it's still in beta in terms of, you know, like the prices and like there's certain latency. Like I think that I saw like a GIF where the guy pressed the space bar and then like a whole second later the guy jumped, and I was like, that is really bad. And you know, this is definitely the best streaming gaming service yet, but who is this really targeted towards? You know, like people who already have consoles or have PCs. Like, what's the point in investing in Google Stadia, especially with, you know, how high of a price it is? And, you know, this is the newest tech within gaming and stuff like that. But like, what is the point of buying into the service when like you already have a PC or a console, whatever, you know? So it just feels like that Google Stadia is just not where it is yet, just because people aren't looking for a streaming gaming service as of right now.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like this it just doesn't have a place yet in gaming. Like I feel like it's too early. You know, a lot of people still have not great internet. And like you still gotta buy. Like, again, it's pricey too. Like it's not like it's like a cheap alternative or anything. And like with that money, you could just bought like a PS5 or something, or a PC or anything, and just like play the games with like no latency and stuff like that. I don't know. Like I still feel like it's very confused in what it wants to be. I feel like it has to be a lot cheaper and like just easy to access, and then you just pay a subscription and just like stream the games that way. Like I don't know why it's trying to be like this weird, like sort of mix of a console and like and not really though. Like I don't know. It just seems very confused on what it wants to be. And, you know, I also saw some other reviews. And yeah, they say it works pretty okay. But again, it just doesn't seem like it's really ready for like the market right now. Or it could be like, you know, these reviewers, they might have a better experience right now just because, like, you know, they're the only ones using the service right now, right? Like, what happened when the thing goes to the mass market and then, like, a bunch of people are using the service? Like, will the latency take a hit? Like, will it be worse than what the reviewers are, like, experiencing right now? Like, there's a lot of things that we just don't know yet until, like, the thing's actually out and people are using it. So, yeah. It's also, like, Google, like, just abandons things a lot of the time. So, if the Stadia doesn't do well and you have, like, stuff in there, then it's just going to be gone. So that's not really fun. So yeah, it is like very confusing. It's very like you have to be skeptical when buying this thing if you really are going to use it. it's good if you don't have like a PC or something. Like if you want to play something like, I guess, multi-console, like, I guess you could play like PlayStation. I don't know, like, does this have exclusives or something? I know it has exclusives, but
I don't know, man. But all I saw was that they were charging like full price for like certain games. I forget which article it was. I think it might have been the Kotaku article that showed off like the prices of the games. Yeah, okay. So the one that really stood out to me the most was that Shadow of the Tomb Raider is $60 on there, right?
Oof, yeah.
But you can buy it on PS4 for like $40 right now,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's a little sus. And then Red Dead 2, like obviously that game is still 60, so it is 60 on Google Stadia. But I feel like that there should be like at least a $10, price cut or something like that, because like these are like streaming games, and like this is a new platform, and like you don't know if this is going to be around for all that long, because once you put your money into it, if the service goes down, it's like, all right, now I just lose the games,
Yeah, I honestly feel like they should just make this a subscription, like a full-on subscription service, and just like you could just play whatever game you want, like start like Game Pass or whatever. I feel like that have way more appeal than just doing whatever this is, where you kind of have to like buy the game but then stream it, but it's not going to be as good as just like playing the game directly, like either downloaded or on a disc. So yeah. Honestly, I just don't really see a place for this thing. If they really want to be the Netflix of games, then they should do what I'm saying and just make it like, just do like maybe a more expensive fee, like maybe like $20 a month or something, but you get access to like all these AAA stuff.
It's like with PlayStation Now, like that is their own streaming service, but it's a subscription based model. You don't just buy the games, because that's just a little silly.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe Google will turn to streaming, but right now they're sticking with this model for whatever reason.
Yeah. And yeah, like again, like a lot of people are very skeptical about it, and I think that's good. I'll say wait like a year, see if it's doing well, and then if it is,
see if it's
like,
still around.
Yeah, see if it's still around, and then you could get it. But right now, I feel like no one should really bother with it at the moment.
True.
All right, so there's currently no Joker sequel plan. Apparently, it was like, hey, there is one in the works, but now there is no deal.
That was just clickbait.
Yeah. So again, I think when I was talking about Joker last time, I said like I could see a sequel being made, but I don't know if they really have to do one. Like they probably are gonna do one because it made a bunch of money. But I think they could do some really interesting things again. I don't want to spoil it, but they could do some interesting things with the different plot points presented in that movie that I thought were very interesting between a Joker and a certain other character. So if they want to do that, then that would be cool. But if not, I could see the Joker as a good one-off movie, honestly. Like, I don't really think it needs one, but it would be cool if we got a sequel. That's basically one of my stances on that.
Yeah. Like, when I woke up that morning and they were like, yo, there's a Joker sequel, and then Joker was, like, trending on Twitter, I was like, I don't know if I'm really on board with the whole idea of a Joker sequel. Like, obviously, it made a shit ton of money, which is, like, good. But, like, you don't have to make a sequel for a movie that made a lot of money, Like, that doesn't have to happen. But if that's what they want, and that's what they want to do, and everyone's on board with it, Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix, they're all on board with a sequel, go for it. But I feel like that Joaquin Phoenix might be a little hesitant on going forward with the sequel, because I heard that, every single time an actor plays Joker, it like messes with them.
I know, yeah.
So I don't know if he wants to do it again, but if he does, then so be it. But if they want to continue the story of the Joker from here, that's cool. But I'm just kind of like, just please don't. Like, if they do, they do. If they don't, I'm better with it without it. So
yeah, because honestly, it might just be worse than the original one if they do a sequel, and it might like just ruin the tone. Again, like I could see them doing a sequel, and it could be interesting, but I'm also like, it doesn't really need one. Like I think it's just a fine one-off movie, just explaining like his origins and things like that. So yeah, but that's up to Hollywood, and it probably is gonna be a sequel just because of how much money it made. But I guess we'll just have to see about that.
I just think that, if they just did it as a one-off, it's just a lot better, because trying to do a sequel after they already built up his origin and like saw like how he became the Joker, like it's just not as fun. So
no, yeah, I agree with that.
All right, so now we're gonna give our thoughts on Disney Plus. So it's been out for a little bit. I actually tried to use it when it launched, and like it just kept crashing or something like that. Like it just wasn't loading, and I was like, well, this shit sucks. But eventually it worked. and they have a lot of originals on here. I think I watched the first episode of Pixar in real life with the Inside Out thing.
Yeah.
That was fun, but it was like less than 10 minutes or something like that. But the only thing I've been really watching is Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, because I was just like, fuck it, why not? I didn't even start with season 1. I started with season 3 because that was the season that I watched when it was coming out. But yeah, and then I watched the Kim Possible, so the drama. It's like the movie that was supposed to end the show, but they did a 4th season, I believe, or something like that. But
yeah,
there's a lot of Disney stuff on here, obviously, along with Marvel, Star Wars, all that nonsense. But my main thing with it is that every single time I use it on a different platform, like something goes wrong. So like when I watch it on my computer, the player stutters sometimes. I don't know if you have this issue.
I didn't have that issue, no.
Oh, okay. But like sometimes, like when I'm watching like Zack and Cody, like it'll like freeze frame and then it'll go back to the current frame, and I'm like, it's a little sus. But when I watch it on my phone, it's like completely fine. And then when we were watching the Kim Possible movie, we watched it on my PS4. Like it like started like freezing, like straight up, like
God,
like we would hear the audio keep going, but like the picture just wouldn't move, and we're like, huh. So I'm not sure if I'm the only one with these problems, but it seems like the Disney Plus player isn't exactly all that great. But I heard that the originals are good, so I'll let you talk about those.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could follow on the point where I personally didn't have any issues with the player. I played it on my PC. I was watching, The Mandalorian. And then I went on my bed to watch it on my phone, and it was fine. I didn't have any issues either. So, I don't know. I'll let you know if I also didn't watch really anything old yet. I just been watching The Mandalorian, so I don't know if it's an issue with some of the older stuff. But I guess I'll see. I might rewatch some old things anyway. Just when I look through Disney Plus, I'm like, oh, it's my whole childhood. So like I might rewatch some old things. But anyway, yeah. So The Mandalorian. This was the Star Wars original show that they been advertising, sort of as like a big system seller? No, like a big subscription seller. Like, hey, this is what you probably want to watch when you when you get Disney Plus. So I watched it, and it is very good. It takes place, I think, a little bit after the original trilogy. So the ones in like the 80s and stuff, or 70s and stuff like that. And it follows this bounty hunter, or the Mandalorian. He doesn't have a name. They just call him like the bounty hunter or Mandalorian. And he's just doing his own stuff. It's kind of hard to explain, as the plot isn't really, like clear yet on what's happening. Obviously, if you've been on the internet for the past like 2 weeks, you see baby Yoda everywhere, and yeah, that looks like it's gonna be a good plot point. So yeah, it's just interesting seeing him interact with this dude and what that's gonna happen. Like, I don't know yet, because I didn't watch the 3rd episode yet. I think that came out today, so I need to watch that later. But yeah, the budget for the movie seems like insane. Like, I think the CG is pretty good. I love the practical effects. Like, everything is very like a lot of the costumes and aliens that are like puppets and stuff look really nice. The action's really good. There's no lightsabers or whatever, but there's a lot of like blaster fights, and it's really good. So yeah, the action's really good. There's like also like barely any dialogue. Like, at least in the 2nd episode, is like there's people talk sometimes, but it is a lot more like you kind of just see things happen. I actually really like that a lot. It reminds me of Samurai Jack. Have you ever watched that? It's like very like low dialogue and a lot of action and things like that. So, and I think it works really well for this silent. He's not silent, but more silent like protagonist stuff like that. So, I think it's really good right now. I think it's, like I said before, if all the like Disney Plus originals are of this quality, then I'll be happy to watch the rest of them, especially the MCU stuff. Obviously, we have to wait until the first MCU like original series to get a really good picture on how that's gonna be. But yeah, so far it's looking pretty good for the original. So can't wait to see more of it. And besides that, I haven't really watched too much else in Disney Plus. If I'm gonna watch some older stuff and see if it like freezes on me or whatever. But yeah, but I think that's about it. That's all I've been doing.
Okay, I guess I'll just quickly go through everything else I've been doing. Obviously, League of Legends preseason has started. It's fucking crazy. The dragons now like change the map and stuff like that. There's this new lethality item that's just busted, but they just hot fixed it slightly. But yeah, I mean, it's still League of Legends. It's just that the preseason dragons are super important now. Like, people will legit int for the dragon and like just like make like dumbass plays around, and I'm just like, what is going on anymore? But you know, it's still League. And then I watched Ford v Ferrari, which is a racing movie that I did not expect to like as much. It has Christian Bale and Matt Damon, and just by those two actors alone, I was like, all right, I'll watch it, whatever. And then, you know, like it starts to, you know, build up, and like it is a little slow, but once like the racing starts and like stuff happens, like it is pretty like fun and exciting to watch. It is based on a true story, quote unquote, but you know, they do take certain liberties to like make the movie more interesting, this and that. But yeah, you know, as a person that knows nothing about cars and doesn't really, you know, like watching like NASCAR or anything like that, this movie was really, really good. And it's probably one of the better movies released this year, despite we're almost at the end of 2019. Yeah. This movie is really, really good. That's
wow, really?
Say.
Okay.
Yeah. So now let's get into the Game Award nominees. So yeah, the Game Awards is happening again. But now we have, you know, new Game of the Year, action game, action adventure, this and that. So we're just going to go through each category and just list them off and then give our thoughts and opinions on what they're presenting to us. So Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. So you got Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds. So, out of all of these games, if I had to put money on it, I would say The Outer Worlds or Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Despite Death Stranding not like getting like super positive reviews, I feel like that game would just win because it's a Kojima game, and you know, this like Kojima's return and everything like that. So.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, Death Stranding, yeah, not to like knock it down or anything, but it does feel very Oscar, you know, Game of the Year bait. Like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it won Game of the Year, even though it's very like mixed on people's opinion. You know, people, you know, it got good reviews, but it is like, you know, very mixed on a lot of people's, you know, things, because you kind of just walk around and you're a UPS man. But Outer Worlds, I could see also winning, because I've been hearing nothing but good things about it, and I really want to get it. You know, it's like what the older Bethesda games like Fallout 3 and I guess Oblivion and stuff like that. So yeah, Outer Worlds looks really good. I can't really see Smash winning this. I feel like a fighting game for Game of the Year, even though I love Smash Ultimate, is fantastic. Mm-hmm. I don't really see it winning Game of the Year. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a Game of the Year winner to me.
I think Smash Ultimate winning Game of the Year would definitely be like the biggest upset.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of these games, you know, like Sekiro, you know, obviously is made by From Software, and you know, people love Dark Souls and things like that. I could see that. Resident Evil 2, really good remake. And Control, you know, I heard good things about it, but I don't think it did too well sales wise, unfortunately. But
yeah, it like had a price cut within like the first week or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, I think, like you said, I think it's either, I could see Resident Evil 2 winning too. But for me, I'm going to put my money on Death Stranding, just because I feel like it might win.
Yeah, definitely just like, yo, it's a Kojima game, and like, you know, this is his first big game outside of Konami, so we'll just have to wait and see. But next category, I'll let you do it. So
we got Action Game for the best games in action genre focused primarily on combat. So we got Apex Legends, Astro Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, DMC 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus. So, I mean, for me, it's only down to two things, being DMC 5 and Astro Chain, because I feel like the other ones are just like FPSs and things like that. Like, I feel like Metro Exodus really feels like it doesn't belong here. Like, I'm not saying it's not a good game or anything. I'm just saying, like, when I think action, I do think of DMC 5 and like more of a hack and slash beat 'em up type thing, you know?
Agreed.
Yeah, so to me, probably DMC 5, because I feel like that has less flaws than Astro Chain. Even though I really like Astro Chain, I think that game has a lot more flaws. I feel like DMC 5 should win this. Yeah. It's very good.
All of the other games outside of Astro Chain and DMC 5, like, they're just shooters, you know? So I'm not sure exactly how they would win, you know, just by, like, popular vote, I guess, because, you know, you can sign in to vote if you really want certain games to win, but... You know, I haven't played any of these games outside of like Modern Warfare Beta, and like I played the other Gears and obviously Apex Legends, but I haven't played that in a while. But you know, if I had to put money on it, it's definitely between DMC 5 or Astral Chain, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got action/adventure game.
Yeah.
For the best action/adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving or whatever. So yeah, Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Zelda Link's Awakening, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Action adventure.
Okay, so when I think about action adventure, again, the problem, and we had this problem last year and every year, is like these genres are very broad. Like action adventure can apply to almost like everything. So I'm just gonna take more of the adventure route of this and say it's either gonna be Zelda or Death Stranding again, since those are more primarily focused on like adventuring and stuff like that. Especially Death Stranding, where the whole point is just to like find new things and like adventure out in like the world and stuff like that. Zelda, that's probably Zelda. When I think about action adventure, I do think about Zelda. So I don't know. Those are my two picks for this.
Yeah, I could definitely see Death Stranding winning this one because it is once again the Oscar sort of Game Awards game this year. But I did play Zelda and I really did have a good time with it, and it is a pretty good game. Action adventure wise, competing against these, it definitely has like top 2 potential, but it doesn't matter if you're number 2, I guess. Resident Evil 2 could also take it somehow. It is a pretty good remake, especially. So, but Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, I could also win. I feel like outside of Borderlands 3, actually maybe Borderlands 3 could win it. I haven't played Control at all, but
I don't know. I feel like Borderlands 3 doesn't really fit here either. Like, I guess you like adventure and stuff like that. There's not really a lot of puzzle solving or anything, so.
Yeah. It's definitely just like a super broad category, like you said. But if I had to predict, Zelda, I guess.
All right. So next we got art direction for outstanding creativity and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. So we got Control, Death Stranding, Gris, Saronia Wild Hearts, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and Link's Awakening. So for me, I know Gris, like that game looks very beautiful. It's very hand-drawn indie game where you like walk around and like it has some deeper meaning crap like that. I haven't played it. I heard it's really good though. The other game, the Wild Hearts, I heard is also really good. Apparently it's like this like video game music video thing. Like it's weird. I don't know. I haven't heard too much about it, but heavily stylized, so that's probably in the running. And obviously Link's Awakening because but just the unique art style for that game too. I can't really see Control, Death Stranding, or like when I think about art direction, I know it says technical achievement, meaning like it just looks really nice, like realistically. But when I think about art direction, I do think about more stylized type things. So that's why I'm narrowing it down to like the 3 games that have like a unique art style, as opposed to like Control, Death Stranding, and Sekiro, where they're like standard realistic graphics and things like that. So.
Yeah, definitely narrowing it down to those 3 as well for myself. Just because art direction is definitely about like, for me, like you said, the way that the game looks, not exactly how the graphics are. Like Zelda Link's Awakening has a very cute art style, and I really do like that. But Gris, like that game just looks really, really good. And the fact that it was hand drawn, it would be a shame that it honestly just didn't win. The Wild Hearts game also looks pretty good as well in terms of the art direction and stuff like that. But if I had to put money on it, definitely Grits. If not, Zelda.
Yep.
Audio design. All right, this is a weird category. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. So we got Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. There's not a lot of variety here. But
it's like basically the same games.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is with every single game awards, I guess. But
that's true.
Sound design, Death Stranding and Resident Evil 2, I would definitely narrow it down to, because that's sort of like, like when the sound design for like Resident Evil 2 like starts kicking in, and it's like like weird audio things, or like it's just dead silence, like I get scared. And I would imagine Death Stranding's also like a similar thing as well.
Yeah, Death Stranding, like with a little thingy on Norman Reedus's back, like when it starts going off and like there's a ghost dude next to you or something, like I could see that as good game audio design and stuff like that. I'll probably narrow down for those two too. I don't know how good the guns sound in Call of Duty, so I can't really comment on that. But I mean, it feels good when you chainsaw someone in Gears 5, or I guess in any Gears really. So it's kind of hard for this one because it's just so broad.
It's just a bullshit category again, but
yeah.
Moving on.
All right, so community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support. So I'm guessing that just means best community, like, you know, like just community support, you know, like the community.
Yeah, like the developers are supporting the community as well.
Yeah,
sort of
that
thing.
too. So
Yeah.
Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Rainbow Six Siege. So I mean, like I'm gonna be biased and say 14 because I love Final Fantasy 14 to death. And I definitely do think the devs are super cool for that game. They really do listen to a lot of issues and stuff like that. You know, to fix a lot of things, and the game's just great. I love it. Destiny 2, I actually been playing a lot. You know, I was playing a lot of Destiny 2 when I went on Steam, and Bungie seems like they game better, but you know they still have issues. Epic, I don't really follow Fortnite. I know they do really cool community events, but I don't know how well they are with actually like listening to the community. I hear
not really.
Yeah, I could hear
good.
a lot of issues people have with like building changes and like guns and stuff like that. So I know maybe not for that. And Apex Legends, I always hear a lot of people complain about, you know, devs not really caring too much anymore. And Rainbow Six Siege, they had some controversy too. So honestly, I'm just gonna say Final Fantasy 14.
Honestly, you know, I've played Apex and Fortnite, but like definitely Epic Games does not listen to the community at all, because like the community wanted a rank mode for the game for like the longest time, and they only recently added it. And you know, like Epic Games just does a lot of like updating on Fortnite, and like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So you know, sometimes they'll add a sword and then it fucks up competitive, and then it's like, ah shit, this game sucks. But you know, I can't really say much. But if I had to predict one of these games, I guess 14, I guess, because if I see Fortnite winning, I'm gonna be a little upset, because like they definitely are not good community wise, in my opinion. Anyways.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't see 14 winning just because it's probably the least popular here, even though it is a big game. Like it's, you know, Destiny 2, Apex, Fortnite, and Rainbow Six Siege are just way bigger than it. So I don't see it winning, but I think it definitely deserves it. But you know, that's just how it is.
All right, so we got Content Creator of the Year
for
a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the industry in 2019. So Ninja's not here, that's funny. But we got Courage, Dr. Lupo, Ewok, Greg, what the fuck, and then Shroud. So I don't actually watch any of these guys like regularly. The only one I really follow is Courage, just because he's part of 100 Thieves. But you know, I feel like people, or a content creator that made a positive impact on the industry in 2019, maybe Shroud, because like, you know, him going to Mixer was like a big thing, and like that sort of is a positive thing on the industry, because it promotes competition, and hopefully Twitch realizes that, you know.
Yeah, I could see that too. Again, I also don't watch any of these people. I obviously I know who Shroud is. I also know Dr. Lupo, but I don't really like actually watch any of them. I'll say Shroud for the same reasons you did. Like, you know, it's good to have competition, and if Twitch could be better because Mixer is giving them some pressure, then that's good for everyone, basically. So, all right.
Oh boy, this next category.
Yeah. So esports coach. Whoa, boy. The esports coach judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2019. So you can read these. All right,
I don't really know. All right, so we got the TL CSGO coach, Eric Adrian, I guess, Hoag. And then we got Team Liquid's League of Legends coach, Kane. Grabs G2's League of Legends coach, SKT League of Legends coach, Kekona or whatever. I suck at pronouncing things. I don't know if you guys realize. The OG Dota 2 coach, Sox. I'm not even gonna try. And then Astralis CSGO coach. So I only follow League. I don't know much about CSGO, but as far as I can know, you know, like the Dota 2 coach could win. But if I'm just judging by League of Legends shit right here, probably Grabs, because Grabs, he took G2 to the finals. No. And when it came to G2 versus SKT, G2 won. So, and TL's coach Kane, like, they didn't even make it out of groups, unfortunately, again. But, you know, if I just had to pick between the league coaches, definitely Grabs. But I guess you could skip this one because you don't know much.
No comment.
Esports event. All right, this is a weird category. Recognizing a singular event across a single or multiple days that delivered a best-of-class experience for participants, in-person fans, and the broadcast audience. So we got the 2019 Overwatch League Finals, EVO 2019, the Fortnite World Cup, IEM Katowice 2019, the League of Legends World Championship, and then the International 2019, which I believe is the Dota event.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick one, definitely Fortnite, just because like that one had like the most eyes on it, but like, you know, it was also kind of entertaining to watch, not gonna lie.
That one had holograms and crap, right? I forgot.
Yeah, like it was pretty fun to watch, not gonna lie, just because like, you know, the early game is like whatever, you know, some people die here and there, but like once it like starts getting to like the really like tiny circles, like that's when it gets like pretty exciting to watch. But for everything else, you know, EVO, I didn't even pay attention to EVO this year. The League of Legends World Championship, it's like the same shit every year. So, but, you know, Fortnite World Cup was, you know, a newcomer for this year in terms of esports events, and I think that they did a pretty good job hosting that one. Epic.
You know what? I'll give it to them too, because I just see a little bit on live stream fails. I'm like, that looks cool. So
yeah,
that holograms and stuff. So esports game of the year. So you got CS:GO, Dota 2, Fortnite, League, and Overwatch. Oh. So it basically like what you play. I mean, even if you play it, you're probably gonna hate it. Honestly, I feel like if you're like a League player, you probably hate League, and then like I don't even want to pick League for this. But
yeah, I'm not even gonna pick League for this.
Yeah,
like, honestly, like when it comes to like esports and like for like the casual audience to like watch an esport, I would definitely just recommend CS:GO, because it's fucking easy to follow. It's like, all right, whoever kills the other team first wins. Like it's so easy to follow. When it comes to everything else here, like Fortnite, all right, it's the same thing, but like there's building and stuff. So like some people that don't know that like building's better and like playing safe in the early game might not find Fortnite esports as interesting. And you know, Dota and League, you kind of have to know, along with Overwatch, you kind of have to know the game to like really follow it.
Yeah, no, so, Overwatch is horrible to watch. Like if you don't know what's happening, it's just colors everywhere. So
yeah, it's just like, all right guys, we all got our ultis, time to use them all at once, and hopefully we win the fight. But you know, I'm just gonna go with CS:GO, because every single time I watch CS:GO, it's very exciting and really fun to watch. You know, with League, it's a little boring sometimes, but at least I know what's going on. But once it does get exciting, and when it is like two big teams battling it out like at Worlds, it is fun. But if I just had to pick one of these games, it's definitely CS:GO. I'm not sure how CS:GO was this year, but previous years it's always been like really exciting and fun to watch.
Yeah, I'll say that too. Like CS:GO is easy to follow. Like, you know, they just shoot the guns, and when they do a play, it's very obvious. It's not like, oh, I had this item and like I used it, and then like a bunch of weird stuff happened. And
like, oh shit, I flanked. I was hiding in the bush and this and that. You
exactly.
know? Like,
and Dota 2 is even worse. There's like 40 active items in that game. I don't even know what's going on. Fortnite, it could be kind of a mess with building, and then Overwatch is like, again, it's just like a mess of team fights. So I definitely do think CS:GO is the most fun to like watch and just experience. So yeah.
All right. Now we got esports hosts.
We
got Shocks,
Machine,
Shocks, Red Eye, Golden Boy, and Candace. So I know Shocks and Candace from League. Candace, I believe, works in LPL, and then Shocks is obviously EU. But I mean, I guess Shocks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick Shocks because I know who she is. And so yeah,
it's just a bunch of weird categories. All right, now we got esports player.
Jesus
cool.
Christ.
So yeah. We got Faker, Perks, Vuga from Fortnite, Simple, CS:GO, and Sinatra.
Yeah, it's Sinatra.
I guess. But esports player, I mean, like Vuga just won like millions of dollars on that one day, so I'm just gonna go with him. So
yeah, I give it to him. He's a new boy, you know, on the block. I'll give it to him. I think Faker won a rally last time or something. So
yeah,
or maybe he did. I can't remember.
He didn't win this year, but he won previously before. But I mean, just winning one event, Vuga, like that kid's just a millionaire instantly. So
yeah, like honestly, like that's a dream, dude. Like I hope he doesn't spend it on stupid crap.
Hey man, he's still playing, so
that's true. All right, esports team. You got Astralas from CS:GO, G2 Esports from League, OG from Dota 2, San Francisco Shock from our Overwatch League and Team Liquid from CS:GO. So those two CS:GO things. Was TSM? Is TSM even good anymore? I mean,
God, TSM has been really bad for like the past 2 years, but we won't talk about that. But I mean, I don't know much about the other ones, so I'm just gonna go with G2 because G2, honestly, like leading up to Worlds, like they were definitely like the best Western team by far. Like no one in Europe could touch them. No one in NA could obviously touch them. Like, and they were doing really well against the Korean and China teams. So, and the fact that they made it to the finals, only to get 3-0'd by Fun Plus Phoenix, that's fine. But like they made it to the finals, so.
Hey, that's pretty good. I have no
also
comment.
They're like a pretty funny team to like watch and like listen to, because like when you listen to their comms, they're actually just like trolling like most of the time. So
that's how you win.
All right, so we got the family game category, aka the Nintendo category.
Yeah.
So we got Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Smash Bros Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World. So I really like Yoshi's Crafted World, but this shit is not winning at all. Neither is Ring Fit Adventure. It's probably gonna come down to, if I had to like put money on it, I'm not gonna say the remaining 3 I didn't name, but definitely like probably Mario Maker and like Smash Ultimate, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably see Smash Ultimate winning, maybe. Oh no, I guess family, because isn't there a fighting game category? There is. I don't know. It's probably down. I don't really see Ring Fit or Crafted World winning. I haven't played Luigi's Mansion, so I can't really give like my own opinion on it. But Mario Maker 2 is really good. And Smash Ultimate obviously is Smash Ultimate, so
yep.
I could see Smash winning or Mario Maker 2. So yeah.
Now we got fighting game.
Yeah.
Best fighting game: Dead or Alive, Jump Force.
Jump Force. Why is that? Fuck? Yeah, why is that there?
I remember someone on Twitter was actually clouding this game, like, bro, Jump Force is on the fighting game category. I was like, no way. But here we go. Mortal Kombat 11, Samurai Showdown, and then Smash Ultimate. So obviously we're gonna say Smash Ultimate because we don't know any of the other games. But can we just talk about why the fuck Jump Force is in here?
Yeah, like why? Like that's not. It's an anime arena fighting game. So like if you ever play Budokai Tenkaichi, it's kind of like that. So it's not good. And yeah, it's just not good. Why is that here? Like there really wasn't that another fighting game that could have put in here this year.
I guess not. But if I had to put money on it, maybe Mortal Kombat 11.
Mortal Kombat 11 is fun. I had fun. Like my brother had it, and I played it a little bit. It's pretty fun. I didn't hear Dead or Alive 6. I heard was not good. I don't think. Samurai Showdown I think was pretty good. But obviously, we're gonna pick Smash Ultimate because it's Smash. So yeah, I'm just gonna pick Smash. All right. So now we got fresh indie game presented by Subway. So we got ZA/. So they made Disco Elysium. I heard really good things about Disco Elysium. We got Nomada Studio, which made Gris. We got Det Toast Entertainment, which made My Friend Pedro, or I guess For My Friend Pedro. Did they change the name for that? Oh, whatever.
Maybe they did.
Mobius Digital, which made Outer Wilds, which again heard very good. Megacrit, they made Slay the Spire, which is extremely good. And Horse. Horse.
House.
House. I don't know if it's Horse. Yeah, they made Untitled Goose Game. So I'm gonna say Megacrit because I really like Slay the Spire. They've been super good with the community, with taking like a bunch of suggestions and feedback and like really changing the game and stuff like that. I also think it's just one of the best, like one of the better roguelites I've played. Like it's probably in my top 3, like with Isaac and Gungeon. So yeah, they're really good. Obviously, I haven't played the other games just yet. I do want to play them, but yeah, my pick is gonna be on Megacrit because Slay the Spire is very good.
All right, it's probably gonna be House because Unentitled Goose Game is just a fucking meme game. So
it is a very meme game, yes.
So people are probably just gonna be like, you know what? I like that meme. Let me just vote for it. But yeah, it's just these indie developers, which congrats them to releasing their first game this year. But unfortunately, they released it in the year with Unentitled Goose Game.
yeah, it's probably gonna win just because of the meme, but we'll see.
Goddamn memes. Game direction. So we got Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, and Outer Worlds. Game direction, Outer Wilds. My bad.
Is that right?
So game direction. Creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
What does that even mean? Like, this is the category that I never know what it even means. Like, what? I don't get it. Like, I guess
game
just
direction. What do we think the creative vision was, and did they execute it properly?
Oh, okay.
So it's probably gonna be Death Stranding again.
Yeah, I put my money on Death Stranding on this one as well.
Yeah, because it's Kojima, and we love Kojima. He's like literally the most well-known game developer of all time. So
yeah, besides like some Nintendo people, yeah. So he's probably really well known.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so games for impact. This is for thought-provoking games with pro-social meaning or message. So
True.
we got Concrete Genie, Gris, Kind Words, Life is Strange 2, and Sea of Solitude. I mean, I played Life is Strange 2, but I don't know.
Would I vote for it?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll put it here. Unfortunately, it's probably my biggest disappointment of this year. Like, it's not even that bad. It
wasn't as good as you wanted it.
Yeah, it's not as good as I really wanted it to. And I feel like whatever. I'm not gonna rant about Life is Strange 2 right now, but yeah, I mean, probably Gris. I'll probably say might win. Because again, I heard that game is about dealing with stages of grief. I think that's what it's about. So I feel like that could have a good impact there. I don't know what Concrete Genie is fully about.
I think I've seen that game before.
Yeah, it was on the PlayStation Now, or PlayStation. What do you call it? Stay at Play. Yeah, it was on one of those. But I don't know what its message is really about. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with Gris because I know what that's about. So
yeah, I'm probably gonna go with that too. I don't know any of these other games except for Life is Strange 2, but I don't even think like the pro-social like things that they were tackling in that game were like that woke sort of thing. No, it's like, oh man, goddamn Mexicans and this and that. It's like, all right, cool.
Like, even as like a Mexican myself, I feel like okay.
All right, we get it, guys.
Yeah, I understand. It's not that like revolutionary.
All right, so now we just got indie game. So we got Baba Is You.
Yeah, Baba Is You.
Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
Katana Zero. Outer Wilds, and then Untitled Goose Game. Once again, it's probably going to be the goddamn Goose Game because it's a meme game, but hopefully one of these actual games wins.
There was a lot of good indie games, actually. Like Katana Zero, I heard is very good. Disco Elysium, very good. Again, Baba Is You, really good game, I heard. It's getting like a level creator and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and I know Outer Wilds is also like a very acclaimed indie game as well. So yeah, a lot of good indie games, but I mean, I'll be a little pissed off if Untitled Goose Game wins because I'm not saying it's like not good, but it is kind of like when you look at it. Besides all these games, it's like it's a meme. So,
it's literally just a meme streamer game.
Yeah, and I mean, it's probably gonna win honestly, just because everyone's gonna vote for it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
we gotta fight against them. We gotta vote for anything else.
Yeah, fight against the memes. But a lot of good indie games this year. So. All right, so next we got mobile game. Wow.
Holy shit, we got so much to go through.
All right. You know what? Let's skip mobile game because who cares?
All right.
Unless you want to. Like, I mean, like, what? Like, I don't know what.
I was thinking like Call of Duty was gonna win because like supposedly that shit's like really good on mobile.
Oh, is it?
But we can move past it.
Okay.
So we got multiplayer.
Yeah, we got better categories. Yeah, we got multiplayer. Obviously multiplayer games. So Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and The Division 2. So I feel like Tetris 99 might win just because again it's like kind of like the meme thing. Even though it's good, like Tetris 99 is fun. But because The Division 2 kind of has some controversy, like Call of Duty. Like, I don't know. You really want to vote Call of Duty for this?
Yeah,
I can see Borderlands 3 winning. It's a good. I mean, I haven't played it yet, but I heard it's a good co-op. Obviously, like any other Borderlands game, is a very fun co-op game. And Apex, I don't really play Apex too much anymore, but I could see that winning as well. But I feel like Tetris 99 might win just because it's like the outlier here. So
yeah, definitely. Because all right, so here's my reasoning why I think Tetris 99 is gonna win. It's a game that you are competing against 98 other people, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't have to rely on teammates, and you don't have to, actually like have like good game mechanics. You just have to play Tetris.
Yeah.
So like it's pretty simple. Like anyone could really play Tetris. And like when I was playing Tetris 99 when it first came out, that shit was fun. Like that was so much fun. And Apex Legends could still win. Even the Division 2 could win. But I think Tetris 99 is going to take it just because it's a pretty fun multiplayer game to play online, period. So
yeah, I agree with that.
Now we got narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Now, as a person that really loves story in a game, these games I don't know anything about. A Plague Tale: Innocence, Control again, Death Stranding again, Disco Elysium, and The Outer Worlds. So it's probably gonna be a fucking Death Stranding because that's just how this year is gonna go. But I haven't heard anything amazing about the story from these other games, personally.
I mean, I've heard, Outer Worlds is very good in terms of dialogue and stuff like that. Very classic. Like if you played New Vegas, which I have, it's very reminiscent to that, and it's very good. So, I heard good things about Outer Worlds. Disco Elysium, I heard, is very good. Like, it's basically all text, basically, Disco Elysium. Like, it's one of those, like, sort of like old school RPGs, like, like Fallout 1 and 2 and stuff like that, or like Baldur's Gate or whatever, where you kind of just run around and, like, talk to people most of the time. So I heard Disco Elysium has a good narrative going on. A Plague Tale, I heard, was very good, too. I didn't really get too much about it, but I think the story was good. And Control. Control keeps being here. I hope it wins something, but I don't think it might win anything. I heard it's a good game, but it's always next to like Death Stranding, and I feel like Death Stranding might win most of these. So, but if I have to pick who's gonna actually win, it's probably gonna be Death Stranding. So,
just the unfortunate reality of things.
Yeah. All right. So ongoing game. So this is for games for outstanding development for ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. So this is very similar to the other one. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Rainbow Six Siege. So
is this the same?
Is the same
exact games? What the fuck?
It's the same exact thing for the community support. So again, I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy 14. For Apex, I don't know how their like flow of content is. Like, I don't know if they get new heroes regularly or if new seasons really dramatically change things. So I don't really see that one winning. Destiny 2 is pretty slow with its content too. I had a bunch of fun playing it on Steam. I played a lot of it. But the content for this season and for the expansion that just came out didn't seem that great, honestly. Shadowbringers for 14 is just amazing, and like the content, like the new patch came out like a month ago. I've just been playing that nonstop for the past few weeks. That game is just fantastic. Like the content for 14, it just keeps coming, and it's great, and I love it. Honestly, I could see Fortnite winning this as well because they do all these big crazy events and things like that. The seasons usually change a lot of things and stuff like that, so I could see that potentially winning. And Rainbow Six Siege, I don't really know. It's like a CS:GO style game, so I don't really know how much. I know they have some pretty cool events too, but I don't know. I feel like it's between Fortnite or Final Fantasy 14, and I feel like Fortnite is gonna win this, but I really want 14 to win, but we'll see.
Yeah, because personally, I've only played Fortnite like a lot, but even when like season 2 was coming out, I was like, man, maybe I should jump back into Fortnite, and then I just realized it was just the same game or whatever. But I was like, all right, they drew me back in, but. Yeah. Ongoing content, it's pretty much going down to whoever thinks that their game did more in terms of like putting out more content. But from what you said of 14, sounds good.
Yeah, I love 14, dude. It's great.
But Epic Games does do a pretty good job in terms of like keeping Fortnite fresh, but sometimes they do it a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So now we got performance. So we got Ashley Birch, we got Courtney Hope, Laura Bailey, Mads Mikkelsen. Hopefully I said that right.
I think you said that right.
Matthew P. I'm not even going to try there. And then Norman Reedus. So I know Laura Bailey. She's been in a lot of games that I don't even realize that she's been in. She was Black Cat. She was also that. And then Norman Reedus is just the Walking Dead guy that I know. So, and then Ashley Birch. Yeah. Ashley Birch was in Life is Strange, right?
Yeah, she's in. she was Chloe, right?
Yeah,
she was Chloe, and she was also in Borderlands and some other things.
I think she was the girl from Horizon, right?
Oh, I think. Oh, she was. Yeah, she was Aloy. Yeah.
But this is just based on the performances of this year. And I'm gonna go with Norman Reedus because I feel like he probably did a good job in Death Stranding.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, like if anyone could take it away, I think Norman Reedus did a good job, really, playing his role in that game and stuff like that. You really feel like you're playing Norman Reedus. He's right
wow.
there. I mean that. Yeah, I mean, I'll say Norman Reedus. He had a whole what you call it, face. What do you call that? When they scan your face
mocap?
And put in the game. Yeah, mocap. Yeah, that. So. Yeah, I'll say Norman Reedus. He basically acted the whole game, so I'll give it to him on that one. So next we got RPG, best RPG, Disco Elysium, Final Fantasy 14, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter Iceborne, and Outer Worlds. So 14. No. So honestly, I probably would say 14 because I haven't played Outer Worlds yet. I really want to, but I haven't yet. Same thing with Monster Hunter Iceborne, but. See, the thing is with Monster Hunter, I know it technically is an RPG, but when I think about RPGs, I think more of story and epic adventures and all that crap. Monster Hunter is more of an RPG in the sense of its systems and things like that with weapons and stats and all that crap, and I love it, but I don't know if I really would put it here. This would feel a lot better in the action category, honestly. I don't even know why it's not there, but I guess because Capcom had 2 games there, but whatever. Kingdom Hearts 3, I heard a lot of people were disappointed with Kingdom Hearts 3, so probably not that one. And again, Disco Elysium, I already talked about it, but Outer Worlds I heard it's very good, and a lot of things if you liked Fallout New Vegas and was disappointed with Fallout 4 like I was, then Outer Worlds seems like your jam. And Final Fantasy 14 honestly is just fantastic. Shadowbringers, the newest expansion that came out during the summer, was really good. It was a very good JRPG, and it was long too. The main story for that expansion is at least 60, 70 hours long just for the story alone, and then you have all the end game MMO stuff at the end. So again, Final Fantasy 14 is in a very good spot right now, which is why I keep praising it. And yeah, I honestly think it is one of the best RPGs this year, honestly. So, and I know that's weird because it's an MMO, but I would vote for it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's either this or Outer Worlds. So probably Outer Worlds.
I'm not an RPG guy, so I'm just gonna say Outer Worlds because that game got a lot of praise when it came out, and it still is getting a lot of people saying this game's super good. So not to say 14 is not good, but I feel like if it came down to those two, it'd probably
would be Outer Worlds. Yeah, MMOs are pretty niche. So
all right, score and music. So we got. Cadence
of Hyrule.
Yeah. Death Stranding, DMC5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and the Wild Heart game.
Death Stranding, I don't know, for AAA games, usually the music is kind of just there. I don't know, it never really feels is that in my face. Usually when I think about music, I don't really like ambient music. I like it when it's up in my face and bop and do. That's what that's what I like, at least for video game music. So I'll probably say Cadence of Hyrule because the music is very good in that game since it's just good remixes of Zelda music. DMC5, I only remember Devil Trigger, which it's a great. I mean, it's the song is really stupid, but I love it. But I don't know. I can't really remember any other music besides that one. Kingdom Hearts 3 has pretty good music, I guess. The other past Kingdom Hearts games have good music, but again, I don't know. So I'll probably say Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah, I'd probably say Cadence of Hyrule too, because that is literally a rhythm game, right? So
yeah,
the music in that game is pretty much everything.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Kingdom Hearts 3 took it somehow, some way.
No, Death Stranding.
Oh shit. Now we got sports/racing game. So we got Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled, Dirt Rally 2.0. eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, F1 2019, and then FIFA 20.
Crash.
So, if any of these sports games wins, I'm gonna be fucking upset because we got my boy Crash Bandicoot in here battling it out against the 3 soccer guys, and then just Dirt Rally just chilling. I know Activision did some pretty shitty things with Crash Team Racing with the whole Fortnite model that they tried out with there's only a limited amount of time for you to get these cosmetic items instead of just having it be unlocked through playing the game actually, which you can, but it would just take longer. And since items are there for a limited amount of time, you're pressured to actually buy the currency and this and that. But you know what? Crash Team Racing as a game, from what I heard, is really, really good. And I haven't bought it yet just because I haven't gotten around to it. But please, Crash Bandicoot win this category, or else I'm gonna lose faith in humanity. Because if FIFA 20 wins, I'm gonna be extremely upset.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say the same thing. Like, I want Crash to win just because I heard it's a very good remake, like the I guess remaster or whatever you want to call it, just like the other Crash games. And yeah, I think it deserves it. You know, it's a really good kart racer. You know, a lot of people prefer Crash Team Racing over Mario Kart a lot of the time. So yeah, I hope it wins. You know, personally, we're not the fan base for these realistic like sports games and things like that, because I don't see the point. You can just play it outside, dude. For
XD.
But, yeah, so yeah, you know, my vote's on Crash, even though it might not win. It might be like Dirt Rally or something, or F1.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, so next, all right, so I have a strategy game. That's the next thing here. Could I just say it's a crime that Three Houses wasn't in Best RPG or any other category? Like, what the hell?
True.
Like, Three Houses.
Best music, where?
Yeah, like it has fantastic music. Is like one of the better RPGs I also played this year, but wasn't there. And like I don't know, it deserved to be on more categories than just this one, even though it fits this category perfectly. But still, like, Three Houses is fantastic. But whatever. Anyway. So we got Age of Wonders, Planetfall, Anino 1800, which is like a ship like strategy game. You know, Fire Emblem, Total War: Three Kingdoms, Tropico 6, and Wargroove. So I have played Wargroove. That game is really fun. It's like Advance Wars, which is basically like it's like Fire Emblem, but instead of having like maybe 6 units, it works more like a regular RTS where you could like produce units, so something like StarCraft, and then like it plays out like, you know, Fire Emblem. So that's basically how that gameplay works, and it's really good. But I think I do prefer like Fire Emblem style, where you could level up your character, you know, or your units and things like that, and then when they die, it like matters and all that stuff. So yeah, obviously I'm going to say Fire Emblem because it deserves to be on way more categories this year, but it's not. So yeah,
Fire Emblem is probably not going to win,
probably
but I
not.
do want
I mean,
Fire Emblem to win. Just because it's Fire Emblem, and this is the only game I played this year in this category. So,
yeah.
All right, now we got the last one. It's got in VR. So, obviously we didn't play any of these fucking games.
No.
But we got Asgard's Wrath,
yeah.
Blood and Truth, Beat Saber, No Man's Sky, and Trover Saves the Universe. I think
Rick and Morty game.
Yeah, I think that's from the guys that made Rick and Morty.
It is, yeah.
I would say Beat Saber because that game, every single time I see it, it just looks super fun, and like everyone that plays it really likes it. So
yeah, I'll say Beat Saber too. That game looks super fun. Like, I see some streamers play it, I'm like, oh, that looks really fun. So
yeah, No Man's Sky. I don't know what happened to that game. It's so unfortunate.
I mean, apparently it's okay now, I heard. So
yeah, but that's everything from the Game Awards. Another year of just bullshit things.
Yeah, but there's gonna be some announcements, so that's why we watch it.
You know, it's exactly why most people watch it. It's like, all right, what game we got here? Hopefully it's not, you know, bad, so I'm not wasting my time again. But is there anything else you would like to add, good sir?
No, I think that's it.
All right, so thank you guys for listening to the Travis and Damian podcast. Once again, we will see you guys 2 weeks from now with another episode.
Later.